Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Come on, everybody.
Love Island USA reunion. Brian, episode 37. This has been real hyped up on the internet. This has been a big season for Love Island USA. We covered every episode. We were there from the beginning all the way through the end. Go back and check our reviews if you're catching up on the season or you want to do a rewatch at some point. Go check out our thoughts as it happened. I think it's a lot of fun to do retroactively as well. Brian, a lot of fighting in this reunion. There were some, I think, very good clip-worthy moments. Maybe wasn't the most substantive of reunions. Didn't have as many things as maybe you thought. Brian, I know you're leaning more on the negative. I'm a little bit more on the positive. I want to get your thoughts.
I shaved my balls for this, and I thought it was bad. I thought it was so bad. We wasted the amount of time we wasted on things to me that I thought didn't matter was like might be 85 to 90%. I'm completely disappointed with the reunion. I thought it was brutal. Brutal on so many levels.
There was a focus for sure on where the drama was in the season. We had kind of made a joke last week, and even with a lot of our reunion stuff, we don't like when reunions reteach you everything, right? This reunion didn't teach you nothing. You had to come in with the homework done for things to make sense. I think for this they did show like the kind of 2 minute version of the entire season, but again, now I think this was a fan service episode. I felt
100%.
serviced as a fan.
No,
Now
not
I
me.
did, I did. I liked. Let's just go through them. I want it, and I want to hear it. And man, there are some people that I did not expect to leave this either being pro or anti. And I gotta say, I want to start with what I think was the heaviest charged thing of the whole episode, and that's Kendall and Nicole. Um, Look, everyone who's been following us knows that I actually had been a kind of a Kendall fan. I thought Kendall had gotten kind of a bad edit and a bad rap. If you know what happened to Kendall afterwards with a private video getting leaked, look, regardless of whatever you think about that video, it was a private video, right? And I can't imagine what he went through. And frankly, for Nicole, who I was a huge fan of the whole season, I just don't buy her reasons. The stuff that you lied to me. I think it gave her the ick. I think she didn't like what she saw in the video. I'm not saying that like she's wrong for that, but all this bullshit about like you lied to me and this because you got 30 other assholes literally being like, no, you're wrong. Like, no, he's actually no, you're wrong. And man, she double, triple, quadruple. You can't lie to women.
Yeah, I thought she looked brutal here. Look, it's definitely embarrassing. Like she's definitely getting the probably the most secondhand embarrassment that you can get from a video that
Yeah.
honestly happened before he even knew you. But yeah, I thought she looked bad. Like if you got your own homie, your own friends, and like your tightest like girls coming at like being like, "Hey, I think you're getting a little over the top here," and she, like you said, she just kept double and triple down. Like she was like 10 toes down on this, and I was just like, it dragged. I mean, this was definitely substance. I thought for the episode. I'm honestly shocked they started with it because this is the thing. You did say something off the top. Like it was definitely fanfaring here. Like they really played into Leah fans, Janae fans, Liv fans, Kaylor fans, which is totally fine. I just, man, I don't know. It almost looked like it was set up. There was a lot of things that just seems conversations and points were set up that like segued into other
It came
things.
off
Just
my problem with her is a couple things, honestly, but mainly for her to say she's been taking all this abuse for weeks and she's no one told you to stay quiet. No one said you had to sit there. And also, I don't buy it. I think you saved it for the
yeah,
reunion
no, I agree.
because
Completely agree.
she was like
Same with Kaylor.
outside in the before the show telling fans like, well, we'll see though. We're together, but like
Yeah,
like
right.
she's sitting there like at the beginning like this.
Yep, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Ariana
Same
probably
with the
saw her
board.
like
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like
I guess Nicole, do you want to speak? Like because like you look like you want to kill somebody.
the fact that they hadn't talked about it before then, I find kind of weird because that you can save your stupid Kaylor, Aaron stuff for like you have some ammo and some backup. And like again, that's also really
Yep.
dumb. But like this was a conversation I think you really need to have in private because I get
You're
that he
taking
lied to
his
you.
trauma and making it about yourself.
Yeah, agree. Like I
And
get that he
that's,
lied to you. He shouldn't have lied to you. But again, like his
oh
life
God,
got turned
big.
completely upside down. I mean, should he have done the video? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that I'm not giving him a pass on anything.
No, it
But
sucked. It's stupid.
to me, to not even because then I don't mean to like turn it into the reverse thing. But do you think if it was the reverse, like even any like a guy, this happened to her,
Brian, that's
if
literally
he
what
tried
Emma
to be
So
making
my
it about
wife was in the
himself,
room for about 10 minutes during that
yeah,
reunion, and she went, could you imagine if there was a girl whose video got leaked and
yeah,
the
oh
guy
man,
was
and a
like,
guy was doing that, he'd
they
be
would
unalive
escort him
right
off the
now.
stage.
He'd be unalived. And
Like,
rightfully so. I mean, I just think that it just was a bad. I thought it was a bad look, and to
bad
not
look.
and to save it for the reunion to me is just like, look at me, Louis. It was like, look,
Yeah,
I want people to look
100%.
at me, and I think that should have been a
100%.
personal conversation. And then you can have your little, hey, we talked about it, and then maybe you can bring up some points and like kind of talk about it there because obviously the point was going to come up. And remember, we were talking on the finale, like when we were doing it, like, oh, do you think this would actually come up? It was the first thing. It was the first thing they talked about.
The first thing. Outside of they did do the quick rounds to check who was
Yeah, like
dating and
the
who
butter and
wasn't,
everybody
but
up.
like, all right. So next one I have here, I want to talk. I want to talk Rob, Andrea, Leah. They spent a ton of time on this. I didn't
Brutal.
realize one how much all the girls like had hated, not hated, but already had a kind of negative opinion of Andrea in the house before. But I didn't realize it again. This is not what me and Brian really like look for. We don't really watch the podcast, the other interviews and stuff after. When I found out she had just been going on TikTok live like every night, just shitting on them. It's like you have to know a reunion's coming. You better like if you're gonna
Mhm.
have that energy for the reunion. I don't want the fake apology and fake tears. I don't think you're sorry for what you said about them. So just bring that heat. What are you what do you get out of apologizing at this point? After this, no one's gonna care about you. Like, so you might as well just fucking say what you mean.
I
Sorry.
completely agree. This another segment that was way too long and to me was very fan servicing. Like I was on Twitter the entire time. People were loving the fact that like Leah ate, Janae ate, and I mean they made some okay points, but like again, I could have done without this. Like dunk on her for a second and then keep moving. Like we knew that she was not important. She was on 6 episodes, maybe 2 or 3 episodes. Who cares?
Yeah, shout out to Janae though for having printed notes.
Well,
Appreciate
I got a problem. I got a problem with those printed notes because cool, you went after Andrea, but where did Connor take no shots tonight? He took no shots. He had no accountability. We didn't hear about him talking about Janae. We didn't talk about Leah talking about Connor. We didn't, that whole like that's one of my other issues. I don't mean to just go right in because I'm
All
fired
right.
up like because it's 11:05 and I'm pissed. We wasted so much. We like all the points that I think that didn't make some of the people look bad. They completely ignored. They really just focus on three things like, oh, what do the fans want to hear? And like, I want to hear about everything that happened this season. Like, no one came out looking like, I know people have your stands and stuff. And I think that I know Daya made that point later, which I thought was probably the best point of the episode is like, internet followers made this show kind of almost unbearable sometimes based off of people's reactions to situations.
Stands the
And that's
fact.
why they showed that stupid 20-minute clip that I just wish I could men in black myself that I can't believe
Bro,
I had to
they
watch
had the
that.
producers even being like, yo, enough, guys. It's not that big of a deal. Send
Yeah.
someone home.
Send someone home. Kaylor's crying 2 seconds in. This to me just shows how stupid. Like they were there for 6 days.
Poor
Oh, she's
kid.
really trying to find a connection. Oh, but I cannot believe that people were clamoring to watch this video. I cannot believe it. So many people were so happy on the internet to watch it. I was like, this was the worst. This ruined the whole thing for me. It went out with a whimper.
Taylor and Aaron, obviously. This
Mm.
chick, this chick, this chick, she's all like outside with the people going, I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah.
I wasted my summer. Well, you find out like 15 minutes in that she also wasted three August nights with the guy, right? Like she was with him Friday. And did you, dude, I pissed myself laughing when he goes, hey, you know what? I did lie to her because, we were kissing, we were snogging, my hand in my pants. I was like, wait, whoa, what? Say what for Big Fudge?
Yeah, I mean, we say he's a loser. Like, I mean, there's no saying this guy
Look at it the
sucks
whole time.
on levels, but I'm sorry. Her freak out here, this should happen like 2 days out. You're telling me you went to Vegas? I would have like with all the things you heard about, I would have been like, get me Peacock right now on my phone. I'm watching this on the plane. And just it took you that long to watch. I don't believe it. I just think she looked dumb to me.
Also, Watch the whole show,
I
Chip.
completely agree.
Watch the whole show. I only watched like Casa. It's like, well, you've seen the clips already of
Yeah.
Casa. There's not much. You're not missing
Your
anything else.
friends, everybody you know is probably watching it. They telling you all this stuff, and you're telling me you still went to Vegas and entertain this dude for as long as you did. You went on with Dave
They
Portnoy and
went
he
in
undressed
LA,
both of
they
you,
went in
and
Vegas, and then they spent the first night in New York
yeah,
together.
I mean, I just kind of this was a I know that people were like, oh, eat him up. This was 3 weeks late for me. Like it didn't make me you look any better to me. You
She
both are
also was
pathetic.
was about to cry on stage. She got very, very close. We're watching the video of herself crying.
You said it best, man. I am so happy that I don't need to think about these people. I mean, we might get a few on Love Island games where they dropped. That was probably the only nugget of good info from the show that's coming back in 2025. I don't want to see her ever again. I don't need to see her on my TV. Never. She's on Bergie levels for me.
You probably, dude. Yeah, I feel like we may not see her on Love Island again. What we're gonna see her ass on the Traders.
She would stink.
Her ex won the Traders,
We're
right?
gonna
Like
see her on. She'll be on After Sun, I'm sure. Leah's gonna be like livid on After Sun next season, unfortunately.
I can see Leah on the Traders.
No, I don't think so. After Sun, man, she's gonna live this Love Island. This is her base right here.
You think
This is it.
Leah's just gonna like host After Sun or something?
Yeah, and they just like, oh, look how many followers we got. I was like, I don't care how many followers you guys have.
It was
Don't
crazy. I mean,
care.
I did like that Leah was like, I don't really. I guess people just thought I was cool. Like it was at least she didn't make it seem like she earned some crazy thing, right? Like
I wasn't buying that. I wasn't buying that. I saw right through that. It's a bunch of
also
BS.
shout out to Miguel. Him living I welcome to having a British accent. I didn't hear it once during the season.
Dude, you had a British accent the entire time. Good,
I
man.
loved
Well, that's
anyone
the
else
thing.
in the comments. Let me know if they were surprised as well by
He
his
didn't really have
accent.
that many. Yeah, again, it's just like he really only made it to top two because of Leah. Like
They just
he could
whisper
have
a
subbed in
lot.
any guy there, and like Leah would have gone top two. He doesn't matter. Um, but again, why are we? They got second place. Why are we not talking to them more about their relationship? Why are we not talking about Serena and Cordell about their relationship at all?
This
It just
was as Vanderpumpy of a reunion as you could get. This was it literally was Ariana. I thought, you know what? I'll give Ariana credit again. I actually thought she did a pretty good job. I think she was able to. She didn't go after anybody. She maybe pressed the questions, but I never felt like she was injecting her
no,
opinion.
I agree. I agree. This isn't
I
the first
thought she
break.
did a good. She's been through enough of them. She
Yeah,
should know
right. So I thought
how to
yeah,
host
I agree
one.
with you. I just there's so much that like there were so many people on that panel they didn't even talk to. Like, why were you there?
They had brought like 40 people and no one spoke. And why did they separate them out into like waves and stuff
Yeah,
too? Why didn't they have everyone out there that that, I
I
don't
thought it was
even,
bad. I mean, this is you're just making my point here. That just like
well, I'm just thinking about it more, you know.
it's minus After Sensible. We had like 30, maybe 29 episodes, and just the stuff we
36
focused on.
eking over five
Well, I'm
weeks. So
taking
say
the
like
After
30.
Suns out. I'm just
Yeah, I'm
assuming
saying
it's
so
so
taking 5
five.
weeks out. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I just so much more stuff happened. Like they didn't even bring up like they didn't even make a joke about like Serena like dumping that food in Cordell's lap. Like they didn't even show it to laugh about it. Like these are moments that
They
were like
didn't
internet breaking
even
moments. They didn't even talk about it.
they didn't talk about Cheez-Its. They
They
didn't
said
talk.
something to Cordell briefly about it.
Oh God, that's not
Super
enough.
briefly. Super impassive.
I frankly, I think they should have had their own segment, right? They
I agree.
won the
I think
show.
yeah, I completely agree. I just
So like why don't we hear about like why their journey isn't the same as some of the other ones? And
completely
maybe,
agree.
does she think that she was like a joke at all, but does she still now thinking back think that he really was a total jerk? Or like does she realize now that maybe she was too, right? Like
I agree. I
we'll
completely
never
agree, man.
know because they won. They
I
just got their
completely
money
agree. I mean,
and
should
their
they should
apartment.
what and like they the only time she really spoke was the in the Leah or the Nicole Kendall conversation. That's it. Like, what else did she say? Honestly, I can't remember anything.
I think it's good. And I think we've had a good enough convo for me to agree we could call this. Was the Love Island reunion good?
I mean, yeah, I like the
And
show.
let's let people decide.
Like, I don't know,
It's not
man.
as good as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I can admit that for sure. I don't think I think that video, that 20-minute video should have been dropped on
Completely.
Twitter
Yeah, completely.
back then when it happened, right? so
Yeah,
that we could all see it. I don't know what it was not the like mic drop moment. I
I
thought that
agree,
like it
dude.
was
I could
gonna
not agree more.
be them. It was gonna be Leah trashing the shit out. Turns out Leah wasn't even the one really pushing it.
But again, who cares? Who
Exactly.
cares?
That's the point, Brian. We would have cared if it was her, but everyone, like,
I
what
wouldn't.
were we gonna get
I'm
out of
telling you
it?
right now, I would
Justice for
not.
Leah? She's the most popular person
Yeah.
now.
I wouldn't care who led it because you know what? It happened in week 2 because I don't care. It didn't matter. What? So what? Janae would have went home. Like she never was gonna go home.
Facts.
I just
I want to know what everyone thinks, guys. You've been
I
along
know
with.
what people are gonna think. If you like Leah, you thought this was an amazing reunion. If you didn't, you're kind of on the R end where we just like the show. I mean, I don't know. I just thought there was so much more there, even minor things they could have talked about. Cassie Harrison.
It could
Oh,
have
did you
been a
have a fun time
multiple
being a
part
bombshell?
reunion.
Oh yeah, cool. It was a really good time. I went in with no expectations. Awesome. Thanks for showing up. See ya. Like it just was dumb. It was dumb.
It should not have been as long as it was. Could have been multiple
Like
parts, frankly. Like over.
read some tweets to get these people actually talking about stuff. Like to me, it was like very surface level on certain topics, and they didn't want to impact the people that were very popular. And I just think that's a miss. Everyone should be held accountable on even if it's dumb stuff on a reunion.
I agree. I agree. All right, cool. I think this was a good conversation, frankly, Brian. I mean, I still enjoyed it more than you did, but I don't think you have I don't think you're being a curmudgeon in any way. I think these are very valid
I'm very
points.
excited to see people say that I am.
Whatever, we're used to it.
Mhm.
If you are a Love Island fan, like I said, we covered every episode this season. If you love other shows about love, we have been doing Love is Blind. There's been Love is Blind UK and Mexico. Mexico is over. We just did the reunion review. The UK finale is on Wednesday. There will be a reunion on Monday as well that we're going to cover. We'll have Bachelor coverage coming back tomorrow. Tonight was Hometowns, so we'll let you know which one of Jen's anonymous men went home tonight. 90 Day Fiance. We'll also have that tomorrow. That'll pick us back up. The sick bastards. I might even watch before I go to sleep tonight, just for I have some entertainment.
Mm.
Uh, Brian's got Love is Hip Hop and Alone coverage as well. So a huge variety here, guys. So just let us know also what you want us to cover. If you're a big Love Island fan and now you're looking for something else to watch or want to have us watch one of your shows, just let us know. We might do that anonymous
I
show
was
too.
just gonna bring that up. It just actually started
It's
15
on
minutes.
right now. Yeah, it's 11:15. So
Yeah, and then
thank
if
God for Love
yeah,
Island.
you want to stay up till 1 o'clock to finish the 3 episodes that are out there, like have
Yeah, and
fun
I
with
actually
that.
didn't even DVR that, so that's gonna have to
Yeah,
be
I didn't either.
tomorrow. I forgot to
Yeah,
DVR it. So, check
same
out our
here, dude.
Twitter, our Instagram, our TikTok, all at the Reality Guys, all your reality TV coverage. But for myself and Brian, thank you so much for our coverage, all your views of the coverage this season. We had a great summer with you guys. And if you're just Love Island people, we will be back for Love Island games in 2025, and obviously Love Island USA again next summer. So everybody, have a great fall.
Yeah,
Peace.
and I'll be doing Australia too when it comes back in a few months. So keep an eye out for
Oh,
that.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
See ya.